Hey guys, XJ9 here. Today's gonna be a video about Brighter Shores and a plan to merge the combat professions progress update. I've read this already. I will be honest, it's a little bit confusing, but not really. And I'm kind of getting to the point where they keep changing what they're doing so much. I'm kind of like not even caring about what they do at this point. And spoilers, it's not regarding specials, and also the perk system it won't come out with the first update of this. There's gonna be two phases. Phase one will be the combat merge, where you can go up to combat level 2000, and the phase two, we don't know when that's gonna come out, is gonna include the perks. And ever since Bright Shores came out, the most troubling thing for me is the combat loop is bad. As in, you just stay at mobs for 4 8 levels, go to next mob, and that's it. Like, you don't even need to like kill a boss or like go train smithing or buy from other players. Like, oh, I like to upgrade your weapon. Because in RuneScape, for instance, like let's just say I'm training in free to play with an adamant scimitar, right? Okay, I'm fighting, blah 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 blah, and oh, I'm level 40. So now I'm talking about old school RuneScape, and oh, I'm level 40. So you would want to buy a rune scimitar. So you go buy a rune scimitar. Oh, I need to go bang for food and potions. This game doesn't have that, which is again, I think the biggest issue. I have a big feeling this combat update, like again, even if phase one happens, it's not going to change anything. The player base, it's like there'll always be spikes at updates, right? But it doesn't solve the core problem of the game, which again, the loop is awful and combat is stale. We need specials. We need. I love the idea of making it a more intensive combat. Like maybe it's similar to old school RuneScape where like you have to click around, you can move fast and like hit things and run away, and like it'd be so cool to have that. And all this is doing is just encouraging you to just go through all the episodes and just train. Like it doesn't really matter in terms. I don't know. I remember in December, like, oh, we're working on specials. They never did it. Um. So yeah, they didn't like the obelisk level idea. I mean, oops. Apparently, I thought it was okay. Um. They're just complaining. Like honestly, you can read this. I honestly don't feel like making an hour-long video about this shit. I really don't. Excuse my French. So overall, they didn't like what the obelisk is. Again, so pretty much like for instance, I'm like 500 watch women and almost 200 in all combats. 500 watch women doesn't equal 500 combat levels. I'm not sure what they're gonna do. They didn't say, but the max level will be 2000. I'm assuming if you even have like 3 level 500 skills, you would be automatically put to the cap. It also sounds like the level up every level. It's probably gonna be similar to leveling up skills so the levels required, the time required to go from like level 20 to 21 or 20 to 200. I think that's the rate in which those 2000 levels will be attainable. And the 200 to 500 gap is going to be more whatchamacallit, like it's not going to be a thing. Like I don't think it's going to take that long to level combat anymore. I don't even know, honestly. It's a mess. They said it should require the same amount of time, but I don't know. Will it just take longer and longer to go from like I wonder if like the new 200 to 500 grind is gonna start at 1300, but like how do you like when they make like episode 8? Does that mean all those 500 new 500 levels are gonna be super grindy? It is a little bit weird. I will also say a lot of people don't like big numbers. Big numbers tend to scare players because they're like, oh, that's so much levels I need to do to catch up. Like, imagine there was Brighter Shores episode 10, and the notion that you need to get 5,000 combat levels just sounds insane to me. Like I don't know about that because it's essentially like the limit of combat is this infinite, which is really strange. Like instead of like you go to play RuneScape or something, you get max level and you can do content later on. I mean, I guess it's not that crazy because in World of Warcraft, they increase the level cap. Ragnarok Online, they increase the level cap, and it takes a while to get levels. And oftentimes, the levels in Ragnarok Online don't actually matter. It's mostly the gear. I don't know. Yeah. So single combat profession shared across all episodes. Max out your combat will require the same amount of effort as before. Reaching level 2000 combat will take the same time as reaching level 500 in all 4 episodes. The combat profession level cap will increase by 500 each time you launch a new episode. Like again, I just think long term, like, is this really gonna work out? Like, because you can't just think about now. You have to think about, like, are we gonna scare away new players? Like, the game has, like, that was the beauty of the old combat system, because if you wanted to make new content, such as, like, oh, there's gonna be a really big in-game boss, it can be at Hopeport, and the Hopeport boss always, like, let's just say it's a level 500 boss, but it recommends like level 300 or above guard. You could do the boss, but now it's like, if they make a new high-end boss, like, are you gonna balance it around people that essentially max for, like, have 2000 plus combat, which is the equivalent of 500 in all 4 combat? Like, I don't know how I just don't know. Like, I just think it's gonna scare people. That's just my take, because I don't think of it as like, oh, what, let's make the game, like, I don't know, because I do want the game good now. Like, I want specials. I think the combat perks idea is brilliant. I just don't. I honestly don't see a point. I'll be honest. I don't see a point in this. I really don't. I actually do think the combat episode idea, where it's separate, but it is good. But I think it could have used tune-ups, such as, again, perks. Like, the obelisk perk idea was great. I actually like that idea a lot. And there's other things you could do, like, where, like, oh, this Hopeport fishing, like, go on a boat with Hopeport, you actually need 500 watchwomen, or not 500 watchwomen, but, like, you need a high watchwoman level to, like, do something like fights. Like, they could have did a lot of cool things like that. I don't know. Like, so again, you can. I'm just gonna go past this pretty much. You can read this if you want. It's on the Steam news. So, like, if you're free to play, it's for the first what's the levels? It's the first 30 levels. I don't know. It's something like that. But, like, oh, so for I hope if you're free to play, first 30 levels, you'll be fighting Skin 1 foes of Hopeport. Next 30 levels, so all the way to 60, Skin 1 foes of Hope Forest. But then if you get members, this becomes warped, where instead of going back to Hopeport at level 60 to 90, you're going to be doing Maya and Wantube, and it becomes a little bit weird once they make more expansions. And I think that's, like, a little bit weird. Personalized striping, yeah, that's what they're talking about. I just talked about. Like, you can just read this. Quest fight foes, something about, like, it's going to be relatively hard, like the weakest foe in the episode, plus, like, I don't know, plus the base level of the boss. I don't, again, I don't really care, like, because, like, I don't care for this update, guys. I'm sorry if this is so unprofessional, but, like, I literally just don't care about any of this. I don't. Like, this is ridiculous. This is, like, look how much damage this weapon is. I guess there's gonna be new scaling. Like, I don't even know, guys. Like, cause level 1,120 weapon. This is, like, literally, that's so. It's as if it just keeps going, the damage. So, again, the fact that 500 takes so long. If you ever make a high end boss, how do you balance that? I don't freaking know. Like, how do you make new players interest? I don't know, man. It's crazy. Um, what's it called? Weapon. I don't care. I honestly don't care. I don't. Albas aren't used for tuning or infusing. They're gonna be used to enchant armor that it was made, and if it's unattuned and the update happens, that will count as a crafted item. So, they didn't really talk about enchants at all. They're talking about crime dead raids. Overall, it's gonna be your detective level, like the level of the raid plus the lowest level mob. My concern with this is that crime dead raids will become relevant at, like, all points of the game, because crime dead raids is super broken, right? But it's kind of whatever, because it's just one episode. If you made a slip up, whatever, it's just one combat style. But now crime dead raids becomes the meta of like the whole entire game because it's so AFK. You're just gonna have everyone doing crime dead raids. Like they honestly need to heavily nerf the combat XP of crime dead raids, or honestly even just make it non-existent. I don't know. It's a bit weird. Like crime dead raids is just a big balance issue. It's too AFK for how good it is, and like, now it's gonna be a staple to combat training. Like you know how stupid it is? Like, so once this update hits, it's like, oh, I should just go to Crime Dead Rage and train again. Like, I thought I was done there. It's I don't know. It's a little bit weird. And like, sure, you don't get money, but like, who cares about money right now? Like, what's it for? It's like, if you need armor, you just kill monsters and you get loot. Like, wow. I don't care about this. Something about they're gonna rename some things of, because like for instance, at the Mine Mantubin, they drop 7% potion XP mine. These potions might exist in other areas. Like they're gonna rename this like something else to like fit another monster because you'll be swapping monsters so much. So same thing with leather offcuts. Yep, they're gonna be. What's up? There's gonna be episode capes now, so. Oh, okay, guys. So I'm actually not that sad about this one specific thing. I'm sorry. It's just because of they should have put like a baby language thing. So they say the graphics drawn for the episode combat capes will be reused for the new episode capes. An episode cape can be unlocked by reaching a certain level in every profession in an episode. So like level 50 hope port cape, you can get it by getting 50 in every profession hope port. Um, this kind of sucks though because if you like I like the watchwoman cape, right, or the watch person, whatever. But now to get that cape, you need 500 in all skills, which is like, wow. That kind of sucks for anyone who like worked really hard to get a level 500 cape in combat, like because they wanted to and liked the cape maybe, and now they have to work they do that same guy grind 3 times more. Like, wow. That's pretty bad in my opinion. That leaves a sour taste. So I think a lot of people are gonna be mad about that. Because imagine if you won the Miami Mantubin cape. Oh, I have this level 500 cape. Let me go do whatever I want and get to show off this level 500 cape and enjoy the game. Oh, hey, next update, your 500 cape goes away. Sorry, you got to go and settle with like some flimsy level 200 cape or 100. You know, like that kind of really sucks. It really does. Like, wow. I guess I have my 500 detective cape, but that still sucks. There's gonna be new combat cape stuff like level 50, 200, 500, 625, 670, 685, 1000. Um, I wonder how the heck those are gonna look. I don't know. It's kind of funny. It goes like 500, 100, 200, 500, then like goes up by 125 after. Um, yeah. New combat level will take into account how much time it takes on average to reach the level you have achieved in each of the episodic combat profession. They don't really say like what this means. I'm guessing they're gonna make sure they get the correct amount, but like this amount can vary. But we'll see on if they actually do a fair amount or not. I'm assuming again. I don't know if that's so weird. I'm assuming that the level. Oh, sorry, I lost where I was because of this shit. We cannot just make it your total level of your episodic combat profession. So this is the thing that confuses me. So the total level is gonna be 2,000 combat, right? And they're saying 2,000 combat will take as long to get 500 in all professions, but then they're like, we can't just. Oh, I see. So this is gonna be a little bit complicated. I don't think that complicated. So if someone was 200 in all combat skills, they would be like, let's say they just did okay 800, right? Uh, that's kind of stupid because getting 500 takes a very long time because the 200 to 500 grind is very long. I think like to get level 2 from 20 to 200, I think it only takes like mm, how long does it take? I think it takes like 50 or 60 hours. You know, like that those same 180 levels takes like 180 hours. So yeah, that's I yeah, okay, I understand that. That's fine. Leaderboard's gonna be a historical leaderboard, so if you have had like number one guard or something, there'll be a historical leaderboard. Some people are mad about this because people are saying no one's gonna care about the historical leaderboards at all. I don't think that's true. I think people will care about it because it is a part of history. But yeah, it kind of sucks because like let's just say someone got. Well, actually, does it suck? I don't know. I'm gonna leave it as is. Okay, I don't really care honestly. New episodic combat capes. Yep. So I'm gonna my watch person cape's gonna get refunded. So there you go. Why would I buy a new episode cape, guys? Like to buy a new episode cape, guys. Once this update happens, guys, I'm gonna be able to wear the level 1 watch person cape, guys. Even though I've been wearing the level 4 watch person cape this whole time. I just think that's a big slap in the face. I really do. I think this is total bullshit. Like I really do. Weapons or armor, blah blah. It's gonna scale. Yeah, that's too much math for me. I rework 2, phase 2. They don't say when. So we will launch the first phase of combat rework, combat profession first, before starting work on the second phase upgrade tree. So it just sounds like they didn't work on this like at all, really. So when's that gonna happen? I don't know. So again, even when phase 1 comes out, it's like the game is still the same. It's just whack, whack, whack. Okay, I got 4 levels. Go next place. Whack, whack, whack. Next place. Whack, whack. Like that's the whole game. Like that's the big. The game is boring. I'm sorry. The game is boring. The game isn't. Oh, I got. Okay, I logged the brightest shores. Okay, I was killing these things in the mine. I killed some things in the mine. I used some specials. Oh, we have the new combat. I went more experience and put more effort on being tactical. I'm using specials. I'm studying the mob. I'm dodging the mechanics. Oh, okay. I ran out of food. I need to go bank. Oh, oops! I ran out of my tuna. Let me go and buy it from the Chronopolis Merchant Exchange. I bought some tuna. Bought some potions. We go there. We fight some mobs. Oh, okay. I need a gear upgrade, so I need to buy it, but I'm already low on gold, so I'm gonna start doing this boss actually try to make some money. But instead, like everyone just makes money from doing anything. Like you get gold from everything. Like the game has a fundamental issue where like you get like you don't have to do other things. Like I don't know. I just think this game is a fundamental issue right now, guys. Okay, I'm just leaving that. I don't like. I don't care. Bye.